Having a look at optimal motor learning, and it's a transition from rehabilitation to training. And I've thought about this because I see a lot of rehabilitation environments where there's a lot of internal focusing and clinical management of acute symptoms. But then, how does that transfer to getting an athlete back to where we want them, which is on the field of play? So the key thing we need to think about is what are we returning to, rather than trying to fix an isolated problem like a hip flexor, but how can we get them running, jumping, or throwing? So that's why I'm talking about this today. So there's three things to optimal motor learning. The first one is to enhance expectancies for success. Enhance expectancies for success. What do we mean by that? Is if someone's just coming new to you, injured, or is used to being successful at sport, if you start showing them complicated exercises like this or like that, they feel I'm overwhelmed, so they may feel they can't succeed. So start off with simple things. Stand up straight. I want you to touch your bum on here. They've already succeeded, so we want to start off with quick wins. Can you stand on one leg? Stand on the other leg. Simple things like that. So then they feel confident that we've got, they're confident in you as a coach, and then they're already succeeding. The other thing is, second point is we want to define success liberally. That means, what is success? Do we want to have, I'm going to assume I have the world's best squat, or are we thinking, can they just go up and down 5 times? Does it matter, unloaded, if you have a look at my feet please, that my feet are facing forward like this the first time they do a squat? Is this okay? Is this okay? Well, I've got to put the risks into this. Are they at risk of hurting themselves like this? Or even like this? No. So, therefore, first time I want to do is just say, just go up and down 5 times. All of those are acceptable safety parameters. No, they are not the world's best squat, but that's not what we're looking for today. We're just defining success liberally. Well done, you've managed 5 of those. And the third one is alleviate concerns. So, you don't know what the concerns are, but they might say, oh, is this, if I go below 90 degrees, isn't that bad for my knees? If I do that. If I lunge forward, here, I've been told that's bad for my knees. So we want to just say, just go to where you feel comfortable. Here, or here, or should I be doing that with this injury? So you just want to make them feel comfortable around it. And the last thing is to have fun. They've got to be able to enjoy themselves, so they want to come back. If they come back or they want to practice on at their own home, you are winning, and they will get better. It doesn't have to be perfect from day one. You just have to get them moving. So that's enhancing expectancies for success. Second thing we're looking at is autonomy. We want to give them some independence, some choice. So what does that mean? For example, if you walk in and they're used to being confident in their own sport, and then in your environment now, they're not, say, right, I want you to do 5 sets, 5 squats with a barbell, followed by 5 sets, 5 behind head press with another barbell. We're telling them what to do. There may be a time for that, but first time, you look down here, so you can move down. So 3 bits of kit. I'm going to show you a squat. You can choose which piece of kit you want to use. So just hold the kit here. Or even here. Or here. And if you're feeling good, you might try it above your head. You choose. Then you've given them a choice. we've limited the choice to something around there, but they'll start with something they're comfortable. They already feel in charge. So we've given them some autonomy. The other thing is session order. Does it really matter for a patient who's in rehabilitation whether they do some hinging, some pressing, or some lunging first? You might want to write down the session. Say today we're going to do 5 squats. We're dealing with the aeroplane. Do some dives. Here's a session what it looks like. Don't mind which order you do them in, but you just do 5 reps of each. Then they can start choosing. It's the perception of autonomy is as important as autonomy itself. Also, when it comes to reps, from a rehab point of view, how many reps should they be doing? 10, 9, 11, 13, 7. Good luck finding evidence that supports your number of reps. We just pick 8, 12, 3 sets, 2 sets, 1 set. We're arbitrary just giving out figures. For me, I look at quality of movement. So if the quality of movement deteriorates after, say, 7, something like that's happening, I might go for 5 and just say stop there. And if they can do 10 really well, we think, how can I advance that task? But if you give them a choice and say, as many as you feel comfortable with, then they can work from that. Once they get up above 10, you can stop them. If they did 3, and that's what they're happy with, that's fine to start off with. Just get them doing more sets. You can argue the sets and reps ratios later on, but even then, you've got to think what are the loads and so many other variables. So that's not something I fret about too much. But it's that perception of autonomy is as important as autonomy itself. And then the last thing we want to do for optimal motor learning is an external focus of attention. Okay, what does that mean? What am I being told to think? So, what is a squat? Sit down. Or do you say an external task? So I demonstrated this one earlier. All I want you to do is touch your bum on this. Touch my bum. Or if you use loads of internal cues, I want you to breathe in, brace your stomach, hinge back with the or tilt your bum back, or I don't know what other cues people start giving. And bend your knees, flex from the ankles, keep your chest up, retract your scaps. There's all sorts of cues like that which are going on, which is just confusing it, when really everybody knows how to sit down. And giving them a task, sitting down, I've given them a target. Then, as again we talked about, defining success, they've achieved that. You increase the difficulty of the task. Well done. Try this now. They've achieved the squat pattern without me having to use any cues. Things go wrong, and I'm aware of that. So the knees comes in and stuff like that. So you might have to try and give some cues then, like focusing straight ahead. For example, on the squat. Swiss ball is quite used to, so we might be trying to say we've got lower back pain or there's been some abdominal injury. See quite a lot of things about favourite word of engaging the core. Don't know what that means. Don't really know what core means either, but engaging here. Whereas I'm trying to engage, or sit up, try and get your head on the ceiling. Okay, so I'm in the right position now. It's hard to be in the wrong position from here. Now you make the task more challenging. Again, reach for the ceiling with alternate hands. Tap your feet in different positions. So I've changed the task. This is all working, but telling people to engage or activate these muscles isn't really helping them for future tasks. When on the field of play, they have to make decisions and tasks. Hip heist is another example of that. The cue here is reach for the ceiling. And I bring my other leg underneath my bum. I'm reaching for the ceiling. Reaching. Okay? Reach as high as you can. What you'll find is, I'll keep one here. Sometimes you may have to cue that a bit more. So, for example, on this one, oh, sorry, wrong hand. Oh, I've got it. There we go. They're not reaching. I said, is that as high as you can? Imagine there's a fiver, or if they're at Exeter University, 20, because they don't go for fivers, £20, and reach up. So you may have to say, why is your foot still on the floor? But you add that internal cue or focus them on their own body part afterwards, not at the beginning. Same with the sideways. Just reach up. Reach up. We're giving them the task up here. The outcome is that their hip, pre-hip is elevated, which is where we want it when they're running. Okay? But rather than start talking about hip or even worse, knees, that is the task we're giving them, and the body responds in this manner. So that's using an external focus of attention as opposed to an internal one. So to summarise, we want to enhance expectancies for success, give them some quick wins early on, so they trust you as a coach, they feel confident about trying new things. We want to give them some autonomy, because they're grown-ups, they're independent learners, and give them some choices within a framework. And then we want to use external focus of attention, reach, sit, touch, rather than internal. And that's 3 ways of optimizing